Hey there, it's Robert with Kettlebells.com, and for today's warm-up, you're going to start with a half kneeling halo. Grab your kettlebell and do it right here. So you're going to start in this half kneeling position. Get your feet as in line as you can. Make it difficult but not impossible. So you should feel a little unstable, a little unbalanced. You're working on your rotational stability. So you want to get to where you're kind of wobbly, but not where it's impossible, where you just cannot stay up. So you want to lift your front foot up and just sit it down lightly. So most of the tension and most of the balance is coming from your kneeling knee, or kneeling hip, kneeling side. Then you're going to grab your kettlebell, get in that same position. You're going to do 5 rotations, each direction, so go both ways, and then switch knees. Switch knees and do the other side. So you get in this fairly unstable position. I like to pull my back toe so the back toe's up, so my foot isn't flat. All right, 5 on each side. Then you're going to do TRX, this hip hinge to an I position. So you want to sit back. You want to get to, you want to start out in this position where the bands are tight above your head. So I'm standing right underneath the handles, and the bands are as tight as I can get them. And it's from pulling my arms back, getting this extension, and not leaning back into them. So I'm not shifting my weight backwards. I'm standing nice and straight and pulling my arms back to get this extension at the top. All right, and then you're going to sit back, hip hinge, keeping your back nice and straight here. So I'm not trying to slouch over. I'm still keeping my back nice and straight, and then coming up into that I position. Okay, and it's just a warm-up. It's not to smoke yourself or anything like that. It's just to work on your hip hinge and that extension, that pulling. It's for the warm-ups for the snatches. So when you're doing your snatches, you want to get in that position to where you're controlling that weight, pulling it backwards, and not leaning back and getting this bad curvature in your back. All right, you don't want to get it in your back. You want to stand nice and tall. Boom, when you do your snatches, and get that mobility and flexibility from your shoulder, not from your back. All right, so then you're going to do 4 minutes of snatches, alternating every 10. So do 10 and 10 on each side until you hit 4 minutes. So when I do my snatches, my shoulder's back. I got good flexibility, good range of motion, but I'm not leaning back. I'm not doing this weird arching thing. I'm standing nice and tall. Butt is tight, and my arm is back. All right, so you don't want to end up your snatches out here in front of you. All right, so that's all that warm-up is all about, is to get full extension. All right, so the workout, you're going to start out with 10 Superman push-ups, 20 mountain climbers on each side, and then 3 heavy thrusters. And those are the 3 exercises you're going to do for the entire workout. So the first one is the Superman push-up. Get on your belly, and you start out, you're going to lift up, Superman out, come back, make sure you rolled up onto your toes, your knees are high, push up, come back up, lift up, reach out, come back, push up. So once again, working on that extension, all right? Mountain climbers, hips creased, you're going to go. So you start out with 20 on each side, so 40 of them total. Then you're going to grab a heavy thruster weight, where it's not your normal thruster weight. So if you usually do thrusters, say with a 20 kilo, jump up to a 24 or 28 kilo, make them difficult. All right, thruster, you can hold it either by the handles or by the belt. So if you usually do thrusters, let's say with an 8 or a 12, you're going to use a 12 or a 16. You want to make them heavy. All right, so then you're going to do, once again, the second round is the same thing. 10 Superman push-ups, 20 mountain climbers and 30 medium weight thrusters. So you're going to come down one weight. So if you've been using the 16, you're going to come down to the 12. All right. So you want to drop the weight just a little bit on the second round. The third round, 20 Superman push-ups, 40 mountain climbers on each side, and then 60 just body weight squats. Done with the thrusters. Body weight squats, make sure they're good. So when I do my squat, my feet are parallel to each other, pointing as straight as you can. Try not to duck out. All right. So you want to get as straight as you can, and get a good squat. So your hips, like I wrote on the blog, your hips go below your knees. So this really isn't counted as a squat unless you absolutely cannot move in your hips, and then there's other things that we need to work on. We as in you need to work on. So your hips should come nice and low, and your back nice and straight. All right. So this really doesn't count. You want to pull yourself down. All right, 60 of them. And then the cool down, warm down is 4 minutes of snatches, 4 more minutes of snatches, all right? So that's the workout. Enjoy it, and we'll see you next time.